What's going on, everybody? It's yours truly, Alphacology, with another episode. And I got my main man here, Anthony Wilson. I call him Mr. Numbers. That's just my little, you know what I'm saying? The
Right.
gematria expert.
I wouldn't call myself an expert, but
But
I've been dealing with it long enough to, kind of see their script. You know what I mean? Got a lot of shit to get into tonight. When it comes to sports and when it comes to this war, even the day that the U.S. attacked, well, it was actually a combination of the United States and Israel attacking Iran, right? So it happened on the 28th of last month. Now the word killed equals 28 in gematria. And also, I think it was either 201 days after Trump's birthday or the Superior General's birthday. And state of Israel equals 201, as well as the Jesuit order, which I've been telling people in previous videos who really running the show. It's the Jesuits. Um, but I'm cut it off there. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know we want to get into a few
Man,
topics before we
I always,
really get deep
I'm
into
gonna
it.
let you cook up. So the
For
thing with
sure.
me though is, I always like to let the people know, like, this is just a little innuendo on the Alphacology podcast network. And I got a couple of what I like to call regulars. All right. And my regulars help me keep the show running. With that being said, my man Anthony here, man, is a regular. And I always been interested in gematria and stuff like that. When stuff go down, I'll be like, man, what the numbers is on this? Oh man, what you got? What kind of parlay I need to put in? So that's just a little tidbit on mine. And he usually breaks it down real well. And every once in a while, I'll be like, man, you gotta come. Cause we got something we gotta really talk about with the gematria. And my main thing was the new trending thing with the kids. Cause I work at a
Well,
school with
yeah.
the kids and they
Yeah, they
always like
always going at
saying
them.
6'7", 6'7". I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that about? What does that really mean?
Well, they
Because
always hitting us.
eh,
They always hitting us with that. Because the thing is, even they putting it right in your face, but because we not up on that shit, due to how they educate us, they don't really educate us. It's more so programming you to be a slave. You know what I'm saying? And being comfortable with it and accepting the fact, okay, this is where it is and this is what I gotta do to survive in this matrix. But back to the topic of 6'7", the word killing equals killing equals 67 in gematria, okay? And they coming out with 6G, right?
yeah,
G is what letter of the alphabet?
A B C D E F G, 6. Oh, the seventh letter. My bad. I can't
So
count
that's
seven.
another 6'7" connection. Nowadays it's kind of some subliminal shit, but if you see what it is, because
So
because of
six
gematria,
G
6G is really you can do
six
six
G is
seven.
like 6'7". That's
Because
crazy.
G is the seventh letter
So
of
G
it. You
is
know what
the
I'm saying?
seventh letter of the alphabet. So
Yeah,
that's another little 6'7" code they done threw at us.
yeah.
Mm.
They always attacking you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, take for instance, the young lady you told me about, the girl that died from a fight because she was being bullied, right? Now, peep game, that she died yesterday, which was March 8th. March 8th is a date that can be written 3/8. I'm gonna show you something right quick.
Three
So
slash
the
eight.
3/8, that which can be seen as 38. You know how many times I done talked about the number 38, but I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? That way, and then you can tell the people what you see. Okay. Now, what the first number you see right there in the four ciphers? What you see?
Man, all right. So let's see right there. 38.
And what word is in the box?
I'm reading the numbers. Oh, death.
Exactly. So
That's a
it's
that's a
perfect time
death
to have
date.
that. Yeah, exactly. And guess what day it was yesterday? It was the 67th day of the year. 6/7.
Right.
Going back to the 6/7. Know what I'm saying? So
All
this
our
is
kid, all the kids is that's their little word, their little
yeah.
trend right now.
But well, see the thing is, those trends aren't by accident. It's not, you think it's organic from the kids, but they're being programmed to push these agendas.
Yeah, because
It's all a psychological
I asked
operation.
the kids where 6 7 come from, and they're telling me a line in the song,
It
and I hear the
is.
song, and the song is trash.
And then what the dude
This
talking about
song
killing,
is this, yeah.
putting something to his behind. Some I forget. But he talking about killing. He's a killer. The word killer equals 67 in gematria.
Well, the most right now the most influential music, like the most influential music right now is hip hop,
Not even
and
hip hop. It's
it's
still
the
more so that drill type of music.
yeah
The motherfucker talking
okay
about killing somebody. You
it's
know
an
what I'm saying?
off version of I say a sub version of hip hop where all they do is talk about killing somebody you don't like.
Well, of course, well, they got
Man,
to. I mean, it's look, the people that are in charge make it known plain as day what they want.
this
The
is true.
people who get involved already know what they're getting involved in. That's why in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of hard to have pity for those people who made a choice and
Mm-hmm.
put themselves in that situation. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody in the industry took a blood oath or is a part of a secret society. I'm not gonna go there and say that. But what I will say is this: the ones that are most successful, okay,
Billionaires.
or especially the billionaires, man, they definitely they're connected. Not only they're connected, but they definitely have to continue to do rituals to keep that type of money. And that is why, but that's also why they stay in their place. Like they ain't never really talking about, when black folks get killed by police unjustly, the celebrities ain't coming out talking about it. But you got Nicki Minaj and Cardi B talking about representing Democrats and Republicans with just teaching division. But as soon as you talk about the police doing the people wrong and folks coming together for the greater good of humanity, all of a sudden it's a problem. These folks, there's a saying, as I forget what it's called, but basically it's called order out of chaos.
Mm.
So what they do is they create the chaos, and out of the chaos, they create the order. That's when they come with the rules, they come with the laws and shit.
So let me ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
And I believe in the order out of chaos theory a little bit.
Hmm.
You rule through chaos or confusion. It's always a historical event going on. Um,
And that's the thing. I don't want to cut you off. You're talking about historical events, but that's how they operate. Anytime where something happens in history, right, or something that doesn't happen in history, you might have an event that may occur that aligns with that date and time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you, like another 201 connection, right? So when they got the dude, who was it, Maduro, down in South America, okay, um, his name, if I'm not mistaken, it, no, no, they reported that they caught him at 2:01 a.m. Remember I was telling you about number 2:01?
mm-hmm.
When you look in the news will tell you who's running the show, just based on, because they always gonna give you numbers. Just like when the United States and Israel attacked Iran, it was 201 deaths. You see what I'm saying? It's always, now I'm not saying it's always gonna be a 201 connection. They use a lot of numbers. But I gave you an example of the number 38, and you've seen how many posts I've done on the number 38 when it
Right.
comes to death and murder. You know what I'm saying? Well, really, the number 83, I think, equals, murder equals 83 and 38, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But anyway, back to what I'm saying, we have to understand that they are using, like the elites, they are using this magic, 'cause that's what it is. It's magic. It's sorcery, and they even tell you, because gematria. And matter of fact, let me do a little refresher for those who just are just getting familiar with me. You need to understand that I talk a lot about gematria, which is the coding of letters and numbers. Um, and they can do it. And they also, the same people who use gematria to run us, gave you the calendar in which they use as their part of their script, along with the Bible.
Mm.
Now, I'm gonna give you another little interesting thing to look at. Now, LeBron James. He just passed Kareem in number of shot attempts all time, right? He did it 42 days before his birthday. And I'm gonna tell you why that's significant. Because how many 42 rituals have I spoken on when it comes to LeBron? Remember when I told you about LeBron when he was talking about Kyrie that day and he had that 42 hat on? Jackie Robinson, 40 who wore 42.
Yeah.
And LeBron James' name equals 42 in gematria. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type it in on because I don't want folks to take my word for it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type it in and you read it off and then you tell the
I
folks
already
out in
know.
Facebook world.
N word.
Okay, yeah, no. The number 42,
42.
LeBron James. What's the second number? What that say?
The second number?
Yeah,
42.
Exactly. What name is in there?
LeBron.
LeBron James. Okay, I want people to know LeBron James equals 42 in gematria. And you remember when we talk about his most shameful time in his career is when he lost to the Dallas Mavericks, and what did he lose? 42, right? Remember that? Lost
Yeah,
42.
it's like, yeah, I remember that.
So they always doing rituals. I'm just saying. So everything they do is
it's like he
rituals.
stopped playing.
Well, he definitely.
I felt that was the first time I felt like the NBA was rigged. The first time in my life, I was like, the way LeBron played that against the Dallas Mavericks. Of course,
he never played like that ever again before or after that series. So something was fishy about it. But I'm gonna give you another connection when it comes to LeBron James. He's getting ready to come up on the number of games played all time. Now, when was the Bible written? King James Version Bible written. When was it written?
1400 something, right?
No, it was 1611.
1611?
It was written in 1611, but it was printed in 17 something, 1700. Wasn't printed till the 1700s. But I say that to say this. Robert Parrish is sitting on 1,611 games played all time. And the person who's going to pass him is King James. The Bible's named after who? King James, right? Well, so I say the person, yeah, it's King James Bible, James Version. Well, the one that's most popular.
LeBron James, King James.
Exactly.
That's his nickname.
And that peep game. Now, I already told you he done did a ritual with Kareem, passing him 42 days before his birthday. Now, he's getting ready to do another one with Robert Parrish. Now, peep this. If he does it on March 16th, that'll be 3/16. Now, can you think of a Bible verse with G 3:16 that come to mind?
Yeah, John 3:16.
Exactly. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever perish.
Right.
No, so whoever believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Perish. Now, the word perish is, guess what? It's also a word that is connected to Christianity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type the word perish in. I'm gonna let you see the definition for yourself, and then you can go and then you can let the folks know what does that say. Look at the highlighted part.
Perish, a community of God's faithful.
Exactly.
So faithful people to God.
Exactly. Now it goes back to the Jesuit order, because the Jesuit order is the military order of the Catholic Church. Now, the Catholic Church are supposed to represent, quote unquote, God. That's what it's supposed to represent, but they really worship some other shit, which I don't really get too much into, but folks I think will get the picture. But before this
you big is over. You big on conspiracy theories. Yeah. And
but I wouldn't call them conspiracy theories. I call them so facts these days.
Untold. I like to say untold facts.
Right. Because people forget so much. Like when LeBron, when he set the record in scoring, right? He did it 39 days before he was 39 years old, and he did it 39 days before his 40th birthday. That was another. And think about it, today is 3/9. It's a very 39 is I forget what it's connected to, but I know they killed Martin Luther King at age 39. And they killed him on April 5th, which on a leap year. April 4th, which was a leap year, and it was the 95th day of the year. Now that's significant because the Jesuit order was actually created to counter the 95 Theses that was written by Martin Luther back in the 15th century? 1500s.
Well, I remember the thesis he had wrote.
Exactly. So Martin Luther King. So it was the whole, when they killed Martin Luther King, they aligned it with Martin Luther in the 95 Theses. The 95 Theses is the reason why they got together, because he was talking about the Catholic Church and how they profit off of the brothels, which you would kind of call strip clubs today. You know what I'm saying? Even or or massage parlors, whatever. Um, they capitalize all that as well as people coming and giving their money to the church. So they
Man,
were getting off both ends and punishing people, telling them your sins, you got to pay for your sins, and they hit them in their pockets. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I I'm gonna ask you this too. Like, so this simulation we got going on with the gematria. Can you ever are you ever able to predict anything or
Oh, you can
just
definitely
you
predict shit. I'm
okay.
guaranteeing on March 15th, which people know in history is known as the Ides of March. If you people who are familiar with the play Julius Caesar, in the script they talk about the Ides of March, and that's when Julius Caesar got killed during the Ides of March. It's a very historical day. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of certain it's gonna be some news. I think it's gonna be more so pertaining to the war, but I wouldn't be surprised if either a big name celebrity or a relative of a celebrity who's probably more than likely going to be their sacrifice because that's how they operate. You know what I mean? Like people is see the thing is, I can speak all this truth, and I never call these people out of their name. I never tried to assassinate their character.
I know.
I
Hold on.
just speak.
He
You know what I'm
couldn't.
saying?
Hold on.
I just speak the facts. You know what I mean? I'll give you time to come back. I'm gonna take a little
All right,
sip.
I'm just making sure the thing still trucking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just had to make sure the camera's still rolling. So
Right. And see all these rituals. See the thing is, these people I shouldn't even call them people. Well, I mean, I ain't gonna get into that. But I'm trying
that's
to
a
keep
that's
it.
a different I always
Yeah,
say
I
that
don't.
a different podcast for a different day when we talk about, especially when we start talking about the power. I call them the powers that be,
Facts.
right?
Yeah,
The people,
Kabbalists. They're really
yeah, the
Kabbalists.
people who like to rule the world and run it, and the way they run it, and the way they have everybody in the chokehold. You know, your common
The
man.
thing is, man, I tell folks this. We went, just like I said, we went to 13 years of slave school, and that's what it is, slave school. They wanted to get you used to their matrix and being a slave to what they got going on. Netanyahu made it known. If you don't know who Netanyahu is, he is the guy, basically, the leader of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he speaks for Israel, whatnot, and he basically talk about anybody who ain't trying to do for Israel, we got something for them. Basically, you're our slaves. You're gonna do what we tell you. That's how they feel. I'm keeping it real. And but the thing is, it's not to confuse what I'm saying to say that the problem is all Jewish people. Okay,
I understand that.
even though from a historical standpoint, because they've been practicing what is known as Judaism so long that they felt like that they were a part of the bloodline, but they never were. They forged themselves in it. That just to keep it real. I would definitely want to make that known. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against them folks. Yeah, they have a very great understanding of Jewish culture because our ancestors groomed them and taught them. And that's the part they don't want to admit and talk about. But they turned it into a religion for the people that showed them it was a way of life because they knew that connecting yourself to a religion wasn't going to make you a better person. It was your actions and what the principles that you lived on that made you the person that you wanted to project to everyone else. You feel me? So
Right.
just to touch on that and say that, getting back to how these folks are playing us. To give y'all an example, like I told folks about Jasmine Crockett. Remember, I posted about it. Now I ain't gonna lie, like I already made a post, and I guess you say it was an
The
apology.
politician,
You
right?
know what I'm
From
saying?
Texas.
Yeah, at Texas, she ran for senator and lost. Now, in my opinion, like I said, I felt like they were going to find a way to get rid of her, but they didn't really get rid of her because if they want to get rid of her, they would have hit her up with a scandal.
Right.
They ain't do that. She just lost her election, which means she gonna branch off into something else. I feel like in something in I wouldn't say entertainment, but like kind of like media where she reporting shit like on
Right.
MSNBC or some shit.
You know,
I feel like that's her lane.
that's her
You know what I
lane.
mean?
She got a
But I
following.
also want, but I
She
did
has a
want to,
following. People
yeah.
like her.
But
You
people,
get what I'm
I
saying?
want folks to understand. Like, she's an intelligent young lady. I ain't got nothing against her, but people really got to know that. Okay, I was shitting on the Democratic Party before she exposed them for basically sabotaging her election, because the Democratic Party had a big reason why she lost. There was a big reason why she lost. No, because she was, talking about the racist antics they were doing to her, for whatever reason. They were darkening her skin, as an insult. Even though the darker your skin, the safer you are to the sun. But I don't want to get in that. But back when I'm saying, with the whole racist thing with the Democratic Party, I would have folks come at me and get mad at me because I post about how the Democratic Party just screws over black people. The only time they want your attention is when it's time to vote. But the thing is, they're just making you feel like you're being a part of something. Your vote don't count. I'm sorry. Now, maybe the local elections, I fuck with them before I fuck with anything national. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? Now, before I learned anything about gematria, we had the presidential election of George Bush and Al Gore. When you looked at Al Gore bust George Bush Jr.'s ass in the goddamn debate. He bust his ass. Now, keep in mind, both of them are Skull and Bones members or whatever. They're Bones.
I remember. Yeah, I remember the Skull and Bones.
Yeah. So, but when they debated each other, John Kerry bust George Bush's ass. It wasn't even close, right? George Bush still won election. Why? Because it was rigged. Okay. But the thing is, it was such an outcry by black folks, right? Now, keep it in mind. See, folks forget. I remember that time. I went to bed that night thinking Al Gore won. Woke up the next morning, it's a recount. Next thing you know, in the midst of the recount, George Bush wins. And all of a sudden, people on some fuck shit. A couple years later, what happens? 9/11. Now they going in wherever they going. Really, because of 9/11, they went and locked down the poppy seeds over there. And that's why you had that whole exactly poppy seeds, which creates opium, and that's why you had this whole goddamn heroin outbreak in all these hoods. Damn. Even in it was crazy. I was like, damn, niggas in Delray on heroin. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Heroin, that's an old man drug.
Exactly. But that was niggas knew not to fuck with it. But all of a sudden, folks, you know what I mean, back fucking with it, whatever.
Because you know what I know about, like. And I say this because we think drugs are a drug. It's a drug of choice for a drug addict. Like, oh, you a crackhead, but they might do all sorts of drugs. They just chasing a high.
Exactly.
So most people who hitting heroin, they hitting crack too. They hitting
facts.
They hitting fentanyl too.
I would say
they doing drugs. They do drugs.
The thing is, but that shit costs money. Heroin costs a lot more money than crack.
Now, so is it possible? Right, that if I get strung out on heroin and I can't get the heroin, but I can get some crack?
Fuck some crack, probably some crack or some cocaine or something. When they on that level, that's their substitute. I mean,
yeah, when you on that
level,
even
though folks try to put weed smokers in that category, that's some bullshit. I don't give a damn. I ain't never seen nobody who smoked weed trying to steal from somebody just for their next high. I mean, I ain't never seen nobody, hurting that bad for no Mary Jane, but that's a topic, that's for another day.
Right. We could jump into that, but I wanted to get back to gematria.
Of course. Let me get you another
but how it predicts.
Okay, yeah, just like I say, but March 15th is the kill date, right?
So you go look through the dates. Mm-hmm. In certain dates, you be like, all right, this a date.
Yeah,
right
just
here. I'm not gonna say somebody died or something like that. It just be an event on that date,
right? But look, see, gematrianator.com, right?
So that's
you go ahead and be like, that's the calculator, that's the tools. The tools is the date calculator, number of properties, all that shit. So once you use the number properties because they deal with a lot of prime numbers and composite numbers. You learn about prime and composite numbers in elementary school. Okay?
I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a minute since I.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but you did learn about it.
Yeah.
Prime numbers are numbers that can only be divided or divided into one in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it a prime number. You know what I mean? A composite
Okay,
number.
now, yeah, but it's like as soon as you say prime, that thing like, oh, dang.
Right.
I
Yeah,
remember.
you remember, but it's like you ain't dealt with
It's
it.
so
And
simple.
it's not, but think about it. But
It's-
that's the thing. They supposed to be, if we was learning skills versus just whatever agenda they have us just keeping us busy,
So I want to
busy on
say
and
something.
wasting our time.
I want to say
we
something about
can't-
that.
You know what I mean?
It's
What's
been
up?
like that since the beginning of time.
No. When we
It's
was
like,
no.
I'm not gonna say the beginning of time, but like America in the Industrial Revolution, like Henry Ford came up with the perfect amount of hours somebody should work, so they could come back just enough. You give them just enough time to rest, enough personal time to come back and work another certain amount of hours, which that amount was 40. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, before that, people was working night and day. They couldn't even get off or they lose a job, like slavery. And then they started building those unions, and it was always fighting.
Yeah,
and
that was help
bickering.
you protect you and keep your jobs, of course. But
Right.
the thing is,
But Henry Ford
Go ahead.
found out that if we just give them $40 an hour, I mean $40. I mean 40 hours, they'll come back. And then
people was coming back regardless. They were working the shit out of folks. Folks was working 15-hour shifts in factories, falling asleep, working their shifts and dying, getting fucked up in machines and
Yeah.
shit. So they did that to really protect the workers and their safety and give
but
them a reasonable
also-
amount of hours of rest between shifts and all that other bullshit.
I forgot which family or who was it, but it was a businessman that started a public education school system, right? And all
You mean he was over? You talking about Mr. Rockefeller?
There you go.
Yeah.
Rockefeller started it. So quick little hit. You could look it up on YouTube, TikTok.
You talking about what he wants
read.
slaves and he wants workers and not
Yeah,
thinkers?
yeah. He wants thinkers, and so he
No,
actually
he wants workers and not thinkers. He wants people that work, no think.
he actually helped push for the public school system, where you go in and all the public school system is created to make you a worker. No matter how much different kinds of programs and learning is created to make you a worker. Every once in a while you might have a fake business, but they don't really show you these public schools don't really show your child how to think for themselves. You got to do that.
Facts. But at the end
That's
of the
why I
day,
like
if a parent has the option to either put their child in a private school,
So what's better to you, private or
private all
public?
day.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Even though both
Both
to a
got
degree have their
bullshit.
problems, but in public schooling, I don't give a damn. Even the best public schools, when it comes to athletics and even academics, still have that same bullshit problem when it comes to not just peer pressure and bullying, but these kids be distracted and worry about the wrong shit when they just need to be able to go and learn what they need to learn and get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Because you know what I'm saying? That's really what. And
So-
think about not only that, but I don't just for a second think about this. There's a reason why the school is so connected to the fucking prisons. Think about it. Okay, so when kids, even when they went to school, the two things you look forward to as a kid, as a boy. I know me as a boy, I look forward to recess and lunch. God damn it. That's it. The rest of that shit, I'm like, I'm just gonna grind it out, do what I gotta do. But I look forward to recess and lunch, god damn it. Now, niggas in prison, what they look forward to when the day come? Rec and chow. Same shit.
Dang.
Look at it.
I'm gonna ask you this though,
Yeah.
because I used to look forward to art and music. But,
Well, no,
but
I'm not doing that,
that's
brother.
considered rec too. If you ask me,
Right.
that's considered rec
Yeah,
time.
recreational.
Recreational
Yeah,
time.
of course it is. Because when you go to a recreational center, they have stuff known as arts and crafts as well as athletics and whatnot
And singing
So-
and dancing.
as well. Yeah.
So, and some of us are blessed enough to make that a living, right? So, I looked at it always like this. Because I've been to both, right? I went to public school and private school.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say and I would tell you like this: the people I remember from my private school, and this was back in 2002, 2003, 2004, the school was $30,000 a year.
Well, that's an expensive
Right, but
That's
get what?
expensive as hell.
But
Now,
guess
I'm not
what?
saying they probably top of the line.
I was
niggas on
there.
top of
Yeah,
shit.
I was there. Guess how I got there?
With
Sports,
So good.
scholarship.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And get what though? I remember them giving me a laptop. And I was like, oh crap, we got laptops at this school. We
Right.
doing all our work from the laptops.
Mhm.
And the teacher was telling me, this is the future.
It
You
is.
need to learn how to code. You need to learn. And this was in 2004.
Yep.
You need to
22
learn.
years ago.
Dude, that was 22 years ago.
That's
Fast
another thing.
forward,
Yeah,
you
fast
go
forward.
to the public school. Okay, you don't take the laptops home, but you got laptops now.
Yeah.
Everything is on the computer.
And my son my son he goes to school at home now. Even when he'll be attending a private school this year for his first year.
And I feel
and-
I feel that because guess what?
Yeah, but he'll be online.
But
He's
guess
still
what?
gonna be at home.
That's why I was
He only
going.
goes
That's
once
what
a
I
week.
was coming to.
Mm-hmm.
More and more families who really care about their kids, if they can't get them into a private school, they usually do the online homeschool component. Because online homeschool, you still could go play sports at your
And you have a
school.
choice, a school of choice where you
Yeah.
can still go play at.
Right.
So that's why, it's kind of like,
So,
uh,
and that's sometimes that's a
Rules.
better outcome because everybody don't raise their kids the same way as you. We
Man,
don't
look,
have
I'ma
we
tell
don't
you
have
something.
communities.
This is why this is the best reason. Your child is not under surveillance 24/7 while they on that campus in them public schools. And I'm just here to tell you, bro, I just want to share my experience right quick. You know what I'm saying? I had my son go to Shiloh High School, freshman year. Feel me? I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. He went did a workout with Shiloh High. The coach loved him. It's like,
Right.
man, the young man, because he does the little things. He communicates on defense. He plays defense, and he looks. And he looks.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm stopping right there. That's college level shit. Because I don't know if you know this, but I do a lot of rec league and I play a lot of just pick up basketball.
Right.
And every time I play with some college boys, they are talking. They're not talking shit. They're
No,
like
they talking. They communicate.
they're calling out plays. They
Yeah, they telling you
communicate.
if they're where the
telling you
pick
what
coming
they
from.
do.
They telling you watch back door. They telling you shooter, push up, meaning get in that nigga chest. Don't let him dance around and shoot the ball.
And so when
what
I
I'm saying?
hear that and I'm playing with some cats and I hear that, I say, man, what college you play for? Because that's the only people that do that is college basketball players.
Right.
So when you got a kid that's already talking that talk, you already know, okay, his mind going in the right place. He trying to get
Right.
to a certain level.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. When you're in high school, you should be thinking like a college player. And when you're in college, you should be thinking like a professional. I tell my son all the time, it's your habit show if you want it or not. Because, he was the type that he kind of caught on quick. So it was like when I was training him, he kind of got lazy. And it was like when I got stern with him, he felt like I was being too harsh or whatever. And he was still young, so I laid off. But he realized that, okay, yeah, kids see you coming up, you got a target on your back. So when you step on that court, you got to be ready to play at all times. And as soon as somebody busts your ass, they're gonna make it known.
Mm-hmm.
So he learned from that and realized, okay, I got to find a way to get to the gym no matter what every day, just to improve and get better. But to get back to what I was saying, when I was at Shiloh High, shit was so fucked up, man. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of coaches out there that are fucking kids up mentally. Like these kids need to go see therapists. Straight up. Like I ain't never this motherfucker I ain't gonna say his name because I'm, he's a coach at Shiloh High
Yeah,
School,
yeah.
that's enough, goddamn.
Yeah,
So
right.
motherfucker
So
know they know. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
the Shiloh
You know,
thing out the bag anyway. But
yeah,
yeah, you ain't got to do all that because I look at it like this. Me being a coach and parents, so you got some parents that know the game, done
Right.
been there, and they know when they being bullshit or not, and then you don't. You ain't got those parents like that.
Well, see, the thing
So-
is, I had to show my son. I'm like, you want to play public school ball? All right, go ahead. But if it don't go the way you feel, nah, you ain't got no choice but to fucking listen to me. And that's what happened. So it worked out. Go ahead.
I always say this, and sometimes you gotta let them see it for themselves. But I always,
Oh, he see it.
I was talking to some of my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, "Oh, I don't understand why the person in question won't take their son to my school. We won state championships and da da da." I say, and I butted in. I was like, "Look, I don't care how many championships a school won. I don't care how many D1 players you got. What plan do you have for my child?"
Facts.
I don't care about
because
none
you
of
know-
that shit.
exactly.
What plan do
'Cause
you
you know
have
why?
for my child?
Wait. And I learned this.
And develop me.
No,
Are
but
you
Pete
going to
Gang.
develop my child or not?
But Pete
If
Gang.
not, I'll take them down the street to such and such who
Yeah.
went 6-6 last year.
But hear me.
I don't care.
Hear me though. I gotta say this. Coaches will recruit your son just so they ain't gotta compete against them. So if they know they already got a line and they feel like, okay, this kid is good, but it's not like his people are well connected with anybody. He's kind of like a wild card. He can go anywhere. But if we can convince him to come here,
That's
he
one less
locked
guy.
in, and that's one less guy we got to worry about out there on a team that can compete, and we got to deal with. That's what happened his 8th grade year. Straight up, but
But
it
you
is
know
what it
what's
is.
so funny?
Mm-hmm.
Basketball is a different game from football. Because I'm gonna recruit you to play for me no matter what, because I don't know who finna get hurt.
Well, you just gonna stagger your roster, but you still gonna give them opportunities.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them opportunities.
But that's different.
But
when you ain't
you wanna
got
know
no plan for these kids. Your plan is
that's
to
why
keep them out the mix.
that's why I call it daddy ball, because
Well,
instead
that's
of
funny too, because the coach did have a son that was playing. His son
So,
was in the 7th
exactly,
grade.
I call it that. Nobody.
But let me. But
Y'all-
let me
you know how-
also
hold
say
on,
the
let me
jit
tell you
was
this,
tough.
though.
He was tough. He
Okay,
was kind
he
of
was tough.
undersized, but he was tough.
He was
So
tough,
I'm
but
not
let me
gonna-
tell you this,
ain't
though.
gonna cap.
Let me tell you this. I gotta say this.
Yeah.
Nothing ruins more potential high school careers than daddy ball. Nothing ruins that more.
But the thing is, because all
daddy
you
ball,
doing is
daddy
enabling
ball
the kid
ruins
to-
careers before they even get started.
Yeah, because you enable them to build bad habits that coaches on the next level ain't trying to deal with.
Oh no, that's before that. Because guess what? You might have a cat that's better than the daddy ball kid,
Yeah, of course.
but he on the bench all 4 years. His mama ain't got no money to
That's
take him
wild.
some. His people ain't got no money to take him nowhere else. He's stuck at that school, wasting away, wasting his talent. I done seen that. I done been a part of that. So I'm like, bro, you gotta play this kid. No, I don't like his attitude. You lying.
They'll find the reason.
You
of course,
lying.
but that's how it
because
goes.
we got a bunch of bad attitudes on this team, and you still play
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
But
they
that's
know-
your boy over there.
Yeah, and
that's your boy.
And he competing.
Or
against
you date
what
his
they got going
mama.
on. Yeah.
You date his
He
mama.
go against
or
their
you
agenda.
just-
That's how I go, man.
Yeah, like his daddy paid a couple extra dollars out here.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I'm trying to win. That's why I always say to myself, I want to just coach with men who trying to win, who trying to get these boys in school, trying to develop them, but they showing them how to win. I was lucky enough, or maybe I didn't see it growing up. But I know my senior year in high school, everybody on that field was supposed to be on that field. And when nobody daddy had anything to do with that. We were trying to win.
Facts.
We were trying to WIN. Everybody on that field
Facts.
earned it.
Out there, yeah.
And that's so
Major mark.
nowadays, I think that's so rare because they would not put your kid on the field like at all.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
And it's
so
everywhere.
They don't want to get
I
no
hate to
shot.
say it, but it's everywhere.
I mean, politics everywhere, but if you
in some places it's bad, worse than others.
yeah, people follow coaches. So that's why I was getting at my homeboy in that group chat, and I was like, bro, you got to find out who like your kid and who want to see them succeed, and that's who you stick with, whether they 1-9
Facts.
or 10-0,
because
whether
you
they
have
go to the state championship or
Bro,
barely make it out. Or barely make it out the first round.
Right.
You better put your kid where they could develop and become a better player. Now
Right.
they senior year, and they nice and developed, and they got to go somewhere else to get on. Everybody be ready to take them because guess what?
Yeah, because he ready.
You ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I think basketball is a
Makes it
different
simple.
game. And then
No, but it's different. Politics is just more fucked up. There's less roster spots for one.
oh yeah.
Okay. Number two.
Okay, I got a
yeah.
question for you too.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, finish.
No, I said as far as just if the coach don't like you, you fucked. And sometimes the coach ain't got nothing to do with whether or not you can play. It's just a fact. Some they don't like you because if you don't kiss their ass. You know what I mean? I just done seen it all. And that's why I had my son deal with one AAU coach that I've dealt with for maybe damn the last 4 years, going on 4 years. You know what I mean? But he know what the hell he doing. And
that's what it is.
If I ever had a problem with a coach, it's because in somewhere along the way, they was on some bullshit when it came to their strategy.
So let me ask you this.
You know what I'm saying? And how they were really, if they were really trying to win versus just like,
So
I'm just going to put these people
This a moment
on
of
the
truth
forefront.
though.
Yeah.
Let's say your son bullshit. What you tell the coach? He bullshit. He bullshit all practice.
Well,
are you one of them delusional parents? That's
hell
what I
no.
call.
Listen, anything.
I
anybody
hate the parents, and I'm gonna say this. When I'm coaching, I hate the parents. Like, why my son ain't play?
Hell no.
When the last time seen your son came to your son practice and evaluated how he practiced?
No, well, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna see that's the funny part. If you talking about the only time I can go to really my son practice, and not that it matters, but it's like I know how shit go. So I can go to his practices with the AAU coach.
Right.
But that's not why I'm cool with the AAU coach. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't try to go to every practice to see what's going on.
No.
But I can figure shit out. All I need is
cat.
about 15 minutes at the motherfucker, and I can tell, okay, shit, they fucking with this shit because they gonna find an excuse not to play him. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna gas this shit up because they need him to produce. They gonna, they got an agenda for every kid.
They might see, and
I'm telling you because they gotta justify not playing certain kids.
I think that's why I stayed away from basketball too, because I want to win. I don't care. I need the best.
No, but the coaches say he trying to win. But shit, man. Speaking of gematria. Speaking of basketball. Let's do a little.
Why? Hold on. Why is so many Jalen's in the NBA?
I'm gonna do a little gematria and see.
Why is so many of them? Why all the NBA players mixed? Like where they came from?
What do you mean why they mixed? Because the first generation, a lot of Jalen, 42. That's why. Goddamn it. 42 been bringing on black people. But guess what? A lot of these Jalen's are mixed. Well, just like you say, they mixed. There's a lot of mixed players. But you gotta remember a lot of these dudes in the 90s who got their money and balled out, they went and laid up with Caucasian women. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm
gonna tell you something.
But the problem is that black women feel like they done dealt with this man when he ain't have shit. As soon as he got money, he wants to go deal with the Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? When he got it, and when he got it figured out, he feel like he got it figured out.
I got a situation. I got a reason for that. I have a theory for this.
Okay.
Cause when you deal with a black woman, right?
Right.
And she see you at your what I call your infantile stage, most of them, they're going to treat you like the little boy when they initially met you and growed up with. So they still see you as the boy. They don't see you as the man. That white woman gonna see you as the man. She ain't care if you used to cry every time you lost a race. Like I was talking to a young lady. Oh yeah, I remember when I used to beat him in a race. He ain't never beat me in no race. Then nigga out here running a 300-meter dash. It don't matter when you beat him because you was 4 years older than him and he was only 4 years old.
Right.
You supposed to beat him.
Fact.
Right? But, and you know, I done seen it with, you know, grandmas and mamas because we respect them. Right. But they still see you sometimes as that little boy.
Right.
I done caught my mom doing that. Mom, I'm a grown man now. You ain't gotta remind me.
And you down there 40 and
you down there 40. You still my baby boy? No, I'm not.
It is what it is.
I got a family. I pay these bills over here. And, you know, so I see where you always, and then you know how them girls talk. You know how black women talk. Boy, please. Boy, this.
Well,
boy. And then when you run,
we gotta be careful.
When you run into somebody who uplifts you and sees you as a king, you gonna want them around. Black, white, Asian,
let me
Spanish.
tell you something.
Come on.
It's basic, I guess, human nature. You gonna fuck with who fuck with you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if you getting attention from all these white girls and they
black girls steady see you as competition. Right. You ain't really fuck with no black girl.
But not, I mean, the thing is, I shouldn't say, I shouldn't say you shouldn't say that. Because it's kind of hard. And, you know, black women in general will get pretty defensive, but it's kind of hard to put them all in one
box. But I could do.
But I know based on your experience, just like,
that's all I date.
Got a story.
Black women is all I date.
So
I could tell
all
you
turmoil and bullshit that you can talk about that they've dealt.
Man,
that
I done
dealt
seen.
With, you still ain't going.
I done
out,
seen black women.
You still ain't going out the race, right?
Right, but I done seen black women minimize people. They like to do this a lot. I remember I was chilling with this one chick, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember when I was at Aubrey house." We took the yacht. I'm like, who the hell is Aubrey? Oh, you know him as Drake. Then why you talking to me like he a childhood friend? Like, bro, just say you know Drake, bro. Yeah. Just say you hung out with Drake. He took you on a yacht. It like, don't tell me. Don't give me no first name basis. Don't minimize him. Nah, you were hanging out with Drake. That's it. Don't make it seem like you and him on the same level. Y'all are not on the same level. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of the problem with, and I'm gonna say it, with black women, once they get over that little hump, when they realize a lot of men aren't in competition or we're not in competition with them, they will realize that, okay, we see why he chose this woman. Or we see why
they ain't never looking at shit from both sides of the
even
spectrum.
If they don't, they could still take advantage of it. Like, okay.
No, because you talking about people using common sense. That's the highest science known to man. Motherfuckers seem to be scared of that shit.
Well, you know, I always say this when it comes to that. I feel like the government. Who started the feminist movement for real? They funded the CIA. The CIA undefeated in the black community.
You know what?
They undefeated.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
They undefeated.
Hear me out. I'm glad you mentioned
the CIA. They changed the mindset of a lot of women.
Yeah, but they definitely fucked shit up. But
that's called social engineering.
Yeah, exactly.
And they did a great job at it, bro. You gotta give them that. They did a great job.
Exactly.
We got kids running around here saying 6, 7. Yeah. They still social engineering.
But hear me out. Just pause for a minute. I know you've been riding out. So just, you know what I'm saying? Just hear me out for a little bit.
I've been riding out real.
Yeah. But it's funny you mentioned the CIA because the CIA took over Iran in 1953. Just like they control South America, where Maduro was. And Maduro, when they seen that, when they took a picture of that motherfucker, he got handcuffs with thumbs up, smiling and shit. That motherfucker ain't dead. Just now, the leader who died, who supposedly got killed in Iran, his son
Don't
took
forget
over.
Mexico now. They just ran over there in Mexico, had the Mexicans knock off one of their drug cartel lords.
That's Maduro. You talking about
Oh,
Maduro?
okay.
One guy. I thought that was in Mexico. I thought that was in South. It could have been
No,
in Central
Colombia.
America.
It's one in Colombia. And
Okay,
then
and
I
then
forgot.
what the other?
Man, wait, why we doing this? Oh, I ain't got my phone. My phone right there. You can look it up. But the Mexican drug cartel, the Mexican drug lord, I don't think his name was Maduro. I thought it was the one
I think
Trump
he was kind of
kidnapped.
some type of leader over there. That's Maduro. That's the one.
Then
they
that's
picked up.
Colombia.
Okay, that's Colombia. Okay,
Is it Colombia?
so
Yeah.
that's Central America.
Central America.
Okay, well,
Or Nicaragua, Colombia. I don't know.
whatever. I would say I stand
It's so
corrected,
many
but
events.
I'm just saying they.
You know, it's so sad. So many events. It's so much stuff that happened. We're
Right.
over.
But it's
we're
scripted.
so overstimulated though.
But
It's
what I
like,
wanna
we gonna
say
hit
is
them with
this,
this.
right?
You're like,
Yeah, but what I
y'all
said
can't
is
sit
this.
still real quick.
The man, yeah, no, they
And
ain't
let
gonna
me
never
catch
sit
up.
still. They ain't gonna never
I
sit
can't
still.
catch up. Like, bro,
No.
every month is something new.
It's always exactly
Every
because
month
it
is
keep you
something
distracted.
new to
But,
keep me distracted.
But while I'm on this
I'm
topic,
still stuck on the Epstein
yeah,
files.
but don't worry about it. That's some bullshit. That's a distraction. I'm just
That's
keeping it real.
okay.
Even though it's some truth in it, because if you remember, and Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend, right? Remember that chick she was dating, the one that died. If you remember, there's a video of her where they pushing her in a body bag, right? She supposed to be dead. This bitch unzip the body bag and open that bitch. And they put her back in that motherfucker. Straight up. I seen that myself. But not to get off topic, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And supposedly in the Epstein files, it was reported that Ellen, that bitch ate her. For real.
What you mean?
Not
I
to
mean, she
laugh. I
gay.
don't want to be insensitive. She
I mean,
ate her. Like,
she
bitch, she
ate-
cooked her and ate her, nigga.
Okay, I thought you meant like on the lesbian side, ate her.
No.
Okay.
No. I just say she was munching the carpet or whatever, but
Yeah.
but yeah, she ate her, nigga, like a meal. Okay? Bitch, she probably had her in the freezer cooking body parts and shit, and yeah. But not to get off topic, but yeah, that's how they get down. But we getting back on Jamasha, because we ain't shoot no numbers in a little minute. Folks probably like, when they gonna get back to the number shit? Probably one of the most glaring rituals that LeBron did in the NBA was the one where he surpassed Kobe the day before he died. People forget he did this the day before he died, and he did it in Philadelphia. And they keep overlooking it like it's just coincidence, right?
That is a coincidence, ain't it?
No, it ain't a coincidence. How the fuck is it a coincidence?
You
This
surprised-
man, he passed Kobe. Kobe, first of all, Kobe didn't play in Philadelphia, but that was his hometown.
That would suck though. You surpassed me in my points, and I can't even comment on it.
He did comment on it.
What he said?
He congratulated LeBron for surpassing him.
Nah, that ain't no comment, bro. I meant a comment like, wait, what do you think? Did he deserve that?
No, he was basically telling me he deserved it. He was like, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. He tweeted it. And this was the same night, but Kobe wasn't at the game. But if you remember, they had snakes on the court. They had pictures of snakes on the court that game. Go look up that game. You're going to see the snakes on the court. That was the day before Kobe died. Now, see, the thing is, what people forget, when LeBron surpassed Kobe, he put Kobe fourth all time. And the number 4 is a number of death to the occult. Now, people who are now, the occult is the word occult means that which is hidden. So it's nothing but hidden knowledge. But the people who in control of it and use it on a daily will tell you it's evil and to stay away from it. You feel me? That's the whole idea. While they use it to rule and control your ass. You know what I'm saying? Now, giving and taking and all that in and looking at how they use gematria on a daily. Like I said, on March 15th is the kill date. Why? That's a day that's going to have date numerologies of 44, 64, 28, and 18. Just like U.S. and Israel they bombed Iran on the 28th and 20 killed equals 28 in Gematria. You know what I'm saying? And they did it on a Saturday.
Damn.
Saturday is the day that's named after Saturn. Okay, which controls time, but Saturn is also connected to Kronos, and Kronos is the god of war. And they started a war on the Saturday on the 28th. And it had a 42 connection because Iran equals 42. What else equals 42? There's a few connections. Goddamn, about to knock my drink now. But I'm gonna do some shit right quick because I want to show you something. Now, wait, getting back on the word Jalen before I get to that, right? You see the number 42 and 30, right? Jalen. Now, let me go. I'm going to type in the N word. What you see?
42.
And what else?
30.
Exactly. Just like the name Jalen. So that's why they it's not that you think it's so many names in the NBA, it's just those names keep getting thrown in your face and hitting your subconscious. So of course it's gonna come to your attention. There's no other name that is, just nothing like any other name they can throw, just keep hitting your subconscious. You feel me?
Dang. Man.
That's what it is. That's what it, bro. This shit is all about attacking your subconscious mind. Like I'm gonna give you something else. Like, okay, they want everybody fat and unathletic and can't fight or nothing. They want everybody in a motherfucking wheelchair if they can help it. On a wheelchair, taking meds.
Do you know the bone density of these this generation here, Gen Z?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's messed up to the
Yeah.
point where the
Very
military,
weak. Yeah,
the military, like we can't even accept 70% of the people we
Yeah,
want to
you
accept.
know why? Because you're going to eating fucking McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. It ain't real food. It's not nourishment. Like you need not only vitamins, you need minerals. You need shit like calcium and zinc and iron.
Man.
Okay? You're not getting that shit at Chick-fil-A. Now, I'm gonna break something down right quick. These people are always attacking you, especially you'll know the ones that especially these food joints that attack your chakras. If you see fast food joints that got a lot of colors of red and yellow, they're attacking your lower self. They're attacking your hunger, your animal, all of your anything that's connected to your animalistic brain, your reptilian brain. Okay, so the sex, survival, food, which is a part of survival, and which that's why it's red. And red is the lowest vibrational color on the color prism. Then yellow is the next color on top of that. So think about it. Burger King, red and yellow. McDonald's, red and yellow. Chick-fil-A, red and white. Taco Bell, they got yellow in it. They got yellow and they got a little purple, but yellow. That's still the lower self. You know what I'm saying? They're attacking your chakras, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's when, guess what happens? You eat that shit and you're not getting nourishment. You're not getting energy. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit.
Oh no, you keep going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's something you gotta handle your business. Yeah, you got to put baby girl to sleep.